Extreme dieting, unfortunate landings mid-scene, and even just plain old nutty method acting have all left these 10 actors' bodies looking worse for wear in the aftermath. But at least all their hard work resulted in some truly compelling characters, right? Well, for the most part. Gareth here from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 actors who destroyed their bodies to bring characters to life. Number 10, Sylvester Stallone broke his neck battling Stone Cold, The Expendables. Sylvester Stallone has put his body through the ringer on more than one occasion throughout his 50-year acting career. There was the time he broke his finger saving a penalty from Brazilian football legend Pelé in Escape to Glory, and that moment Dolph Lundgren sent him to the hospital with a swollen heart after thumping him in the chest filming Rocky IV. Thankfully, Stallone learnt from these various injuries and made sure he wasn't putting his body in this sort of danger as he entered his 60s. Yeah, right. At 63 years young, Sly found himself involved in a scrap with WWE legend Stone Cold Steve Austin whilst filming the first Expendables movie. If that wasn't insane enough, the Rambo and Rocky actor decided to go all in during the scene and ended up with a hairline fracture to his neck for his troubles. He may not be a spring Italian stallion anymore, but Stallone is still willing to put his body through hell in pursuit of realistic badassery. Number 9, Jared Leto suffered gout from weight gain, Chapter 27. Jared Leto has proven time and time again that he's willing to take himself to completely new places in order to fully immerse himself in a character. He's bowled over the Academy by shaving every bit of hair off his body and losing 30 to 40 pounds to play Rayon in Dallas Buyers Club, but he's also gone a little too far by sending his fellow cast members rather bizarre gifts as the Joker whilst filming Suicide Squad. Yet neither of those characters had a lasting effect on the actor's body. The same cannot be said for his turn as Mark Chapman in Chapter 27. Due to abruptly gaining too much weight, Leto started suffering from gout. He also noted how he felt severe pain in his feet towards the end of the shoot, and even ended up needing a wheelchair to get around the set. He recently got himself fairly beefed up to play the titular role in Sony's disastrous Morbius flick too. But Leto has been in no rush to pack on the pounds quite like he did for Chapman in the years since. Number 8, Jackie Chan has surgery on his brain, Armor of God. Like Sylvester Stallone, Jackie Chan is no stranger to the odd on-set injury. However, his self-proclaimed worst ever injury came while shooting a fairly simple but still rather dangerous scene for Armor of God. While slightly under the influence, it must be said. Chan admitted that he genuinely drank a beer for the scene. In this day, I'd probably be drinking a water, he'd add. So he probably wasn't at his sharpest when it came to the stunts which came at the end of it. The actor was required to jump onto a tree after taking a swig of his beverage. The first take wasn't to his liking, so he did it again, with another gulp of beer for good measure. However, the second take saw the tree's limbs break, and the actor plummeted to the ground. After being sent straight to the hospital, surgeons operated on his cracked skull and bone-pierced brain. Chan later said he almost died due to the accident. The actor clearly wanted to pull off the jaw-dropping stunt to the best of his abilities for the fans watching around the world, but perhaps drinking and tree jumping wasn't the best call. Number 7, Jaimie Alexander's spinal injuries, Thor: The Dark World. Though she didn't exactly go on to become a real MCU regular in the wake of Thor: The Dark World, Jaimie Alexander has still suffered arguably the worst on-set injury of any superhero in the series to date. In the midst of filming the Thor sequel, the Lady Sif actor fell from quite high up and unfortunately hurt herself pretty badly. How badly, you ask? Well, when speaking to MTV News, the actor dramatically revealed, "I herniated a disc in my thoracic spine, I dislocated my left shoulder, I tore my right rhomboid and chipped 11 of my vertebrae." So yeah, pretty badly. Thankfully, she eventually returned to shoot more epic fight scenes after the swelling had gone down and a month of rehab was in the books, but Alexander did admit that she had to take it easy after such a frightening injury. Number 6, Daniel Craig routinely puts his body through hell, the James Bond series. Ever wonder why Daniel Craig wasn't overly fond of the idea of returning to the world of James Bond? A quick look through his long list of on-set injuries may answer that question for you. During the shooting of Quantum of Solace, Craig tore his labrum whilst performing an aerial stunt. He then hurt it again jumping through a window in Italy, by which point he claimed his arm was useless. And then in the follow-up, Skyfall, the 007 star then ruptured both his calf muscles. Yet Craig really found himself in deep water when he snapped his anterior cruciate ligament whilst fighting Dave Bautista during Spectre. Maybe actors shouldn't try going toe-to-toe with ex-pro wrestlers, there's a bit of a theme here. Craig admitted to GQ that he told Bautista to throw him. So as he put it, "He threw me and God bless him, he just left my knee over there." Then, while shooting his last ever Bond appearance in No Time to Die, Craig busted his ankle and was forced to have emergency surgery, causing a delay in the film's production. He may not have always loved the experience, but he unquestionably put his all into bringing us one of the greatest Bonds of all time. Number 5, Mila Kunis' ballerina diet permanently changed her shape, Black Swan. When it comes to drastically changing up your physique, working out like a maniac is all well and good. However, your diet also needs to be on point in order to effectively shed those pounds. Yet there have been a few occasions where actors have been known to take dieting a bit too far when attempting to morph their bodies into the shape they desire for a particular role. When losing weight for his role in The Machinist, Christian Bale famously lived off a 200-calorie-a-day diet, consisting of cigarettes, whiskey, black coffee, an apple, and a tin of tuna throughout the day. Nutritious. Mila Kunis may not have gone quite that far when preparing for her role as Lily in Black Swan, but her body was still changed for good due to the extreme dieting she put herself through. She too smoked a ton of cigarettes, although her diet consisted of 1,200 calories a day, which is still pretty insane. Speaking to Harper's Bazaar, Kunis said of the weight loss, "My shape is different. When I got down to 95 pounds, I was muscles, like a little brick house but skin and bones. When I gained it back, it went to completely different areas." Kunis has since gone on record saying she wouldn't recommend this approach to anyone, so do not try this at home, yeah? Number 4, Matt Damon's weight loss nearly killed him. Courage under fire. From one drastic weight loss to another, eh? Early in his career, Matt Damon wasn't surrounded by the sort of professional nutritionalists most actors bring in when tasked with losing weight for a feature today. So when the young actor decided he needed to lose a ton of weight for his upcoming role as soldier-turned-heroin addict specialist Andrew Lario in Courage Under Fire, he decided to improvise. Damon chose to run a phenomenal 30 miles a day and ate only chicken breasts. During a Reddit AMA, Damon commented on his diet, saying, "It's not like I had a chef or anything. I just made it up and did what I thought I had to do. I just made it up and that was incredibly challenging." This eventually led to the actor having to take medication for a year and a half in order to correct the amount of stress put on his adrenal gland. In the years since, he's openly admitted that he went on an unsupervised diet which could have killed him. Simply put, his improvised methods very nearly had disastrous consequences. Number 3, Tom Hardy pays the price for Bane's weight gain. The Dark Knight Rises. Although packing on a ton of heavy-duty muscle may seem like a cool idea at the start, if your body is only used to handling a certain amount of mass, it will very quickly let you know about it. Tom Hardy found this out the hard way after he packed on some serious muscle to play the Batman-breaking Bane in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises. Though he undoubtedly looked the hulking part, Hardy later confessed that his body wasn't quite the same after putting on the mask. In an interview with the Daily Beast, the British actor revealed, "I think you pay the price with any drastic physical changes. Compared to Christian Bale, I've been by no means extreme in my body changes, but for what little I've done, yeah, I certainly have joints that click that probably shouldn't click, you know what I mean? Don't we all, eh? Though the average person's aches and pains admittedly didn't come from packing on a ton of beef and going blow for blow with a bat." Number 2, Shia LaBeouf cuts his face and takes out a tooth, Fury. Shia LaBeouf may be many things, but he's definitely not a half-assed performer. If he's signed on to do something, you can bet your ass he's gonna give his all and push himself to the absolute limit to bring a character to life, for better or worse. And that was a little bit of a recipe for disaster when he was eventually cast in World War II drama Fury. Most of the actors involved were advised by director David Ayer to punch and fight each other before rehearsals in order to build trust and bond the squad. But LaBeouf decided to take his character to another level. Co-star Logan Lerman told British GQ, LaBeouf walks out into the hallway and says, "Hey man, wanna see something fun? Check this out," and he takes out a knife and cuts his face. This was due to the actor not feeling the makeup cuts were up to scratch, so to speak. He also had one of his teeth taken out and refused to shower for weeks while shooting the flick. Lovely. In the end, LaBeouf definitely gained the respect of his peers, with the film's lead Brad Pitt claiming he was one of the greatest actors he's ever seen. But his ultra-method approach left him with a very real scar and a new fake Nasha. Number 1, George Clooney's torture scene changes his life, Syriana. Looking through George Clooney's back catalogue, you'll notice that the iconic actor hasn't exactly opted to drastically alter his physical appearance for a great deal of his roles. But that doesn't mean he hasn't completely destroyed his body in the process of bringing a character to the big screen. During the shooting of geopolitical thriller Syriana, Clooney's character Bob Barnes was involved in a torture scene which unfortunately went horrifically wrong. The actor, taped to a chair, ended up cracking his skull after the seat was kicked over. But that was merely the beginning of his issues. Clooney bruised his brain and badly injured his spine, causing spinal fluid to leak out of his nose. Things got so unbearable for the actor that he even contemplated suicide whilst lying in his hospital bed. Thankfully, the actor eventually made it through the frightening ordeal. Clooney also managed to bag himself the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his troubles, but admittedly he's never really been the same since. To this day, he still suffers chronic back pain from his SYRIANA accident. And that is our list. Know of any other actors who destroyed their bodies to bring characters to life? Then why don't you let us know all about them in the comment section right down below, and do not forget to like, share, and click on that subscribe button while you're at it. Also, if you like this kind of thing, then please head on over to whatculture.com and find some more fantastic articles just like the one this video you're watching right this second is based on. I have been the already destroyed Gareth from whatculture.com. Thank you very much for watching this video today, and hopefully I'll see your pretty face very, very soon. Bye bye!